morning. So it is Good Friday and I have 4 days off for the weekend, the long weekend. And given that it's a public holiday today and I've got nowhere to be, no commitments, nowhere to rush to, I've decided that I'm going to do a little bit of baking. Baking is something that I really enjoy and never seem to do enough of. And I have decided that I am going to try my hand at gluten-free hot cross buns. I don't have a stand mixer, so I'm going to be using my multi-pro tool and hopefully that will work. The reason I don't have a stand mixer is because mine died a couple of years ago and I never replaced it. I haven't really baked since then, so I don't know if I should invest in a new stand mixer. I get a little bit overwhelmed when I go into a store and see all the different options. Do you spend the $600 on the KitchenAid that everyone has or buy something a little bit less expensive? My last one wasn't expensive and I got a lot of use out of it before it was a few years old before it died. So I don't know if I just get something similar to that. So if you've got any recommendations on a good stand mixer, please let me know. I don't know if hot cross buns are a little bit too ambitious. I also need to make a batch of my protein cookies. And given that it is Good Friday, Mum, Dad and Damien are going to be coming by for dinner, which is our yearly tradition. They always come here for Good Friday dinner. Mum has again asked for the berry cobbler and homemade custard, even though there are so many other desserts that I am happy to make. That's what she likes, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's what I'm going to be spending the day doing, just today in the kitchen, a bit of pottering around the house. I'm realizing with my heightened anxiety and overwhelm and doing things that I enjoy are becoming so much more important to me. And particularly for me, baking forces me to slow down because I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. And it just gives my mind time to rest and just focus, as opposed to usually being quite scatterbrained. Being scatterbrained is not my intention, of course, as it's not anyone's intention. But I just find that finding these little activities that make me happy just force me to take a breather and allow me to just focus and concentrate on something that I really enjoy. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And then the next couple of days, I'm just going to be spending on my own because I live on my own, and as an introvert, I just like my own company and doing my own thing. Fingers crossed these hot cross buns turn out. Hopefully I'm not shooting for the moon here, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Good morning and happy Easter to those that celebrate Easter. I don't this week because I'm Orthodox. My Easter is next weekend. It's also the end of daylight savings now. Very sad about that. But as someone who gets up at 4:30 in the morning, it felt so weird that it was light so early because usually it's dark until about 6 a.m. But it was quite nice this morning. The weather was really beautiful when I went to Pilates this morning. It's a little bit humid and it has just started to rain, but there were so many people everywhere. So after Pilates, I went and got a maple sea salt cold brew, which was nice, but I think I'll stick to my normal matcha. Yesterday, I didn't do a whole lot. I didn't pick up the camera to speak to you because quite frankly, I didn't really feel much like talking. Do you ever have those days where words are just too hard? Besides the pleasantries, when I ordered my coffee and when I went into the bookstore, I didn't really speak to anybody at all. Last night I started watching De Lovely about Cole Porter. I'm a huge Cole Porter fan. I am obsessed with anything in the 1920s, 1930s, fashion, music, architecture, all that good stuff. I will finish watching it probably later on today. And I did want to share with you the 3 books that I picked up yesterday. So I went to a couple of secondhand bookshops. One on Goodwood Road, which is a vintage store / bookstore, and it was okay. But I noticed for secondhand items, like it's really expensive, which is strange. But anyway, I did pick up Letters from Berlin from there. This is by Tanya Blanchard. She's the lady that wrote The Girl from Munich, which I actually really enjoyed. It's the perspective of the war from the point of view of a German person or a German woman. Usually I read from an American or French perspective, so it was quite interesting. And she also wrote Suitcase of Dreams, which I haven't read yet, which I think is post-war and they moved to Australia. So I'm interested in reading that. I really love anything based around that time. So again, 1940s. I think this one's based in 1943. And then the second one I went to was on 53 East Avenue, which is a little bookshop, but they had quite a good selection there. Again, a little bit pricey for secondhand books, but I did pick up A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway, which has been on my TBR list. And then I picked up Hemingway in Love, His Own Story, written by A.E. Hotchner, which was a friend of Ernest Hemingway's and of Hadley's, which is Ernest Hemingway's wife. So the guy at the bookstore recommended this and said it's quite a good book. So I'm looking forward to reading those, but quite frankly, I need to stop buying books, even secondhand ones. I've got no excuse for it because there is a public library at Glenelg. There's also one in the city and I can just go in there. So I really need to knuckle down on not spending money on books when there are libraries literally everywhere. The book that I'm currently on the hunt for is God of the Woods. I haven't been able to find that in the secondhand bookstores, and to be fair, when I looked them up on the library, it's always out, so I've not been able to even borrow it. And I thought while I was here, I'd quickly share, I did mention in one of my previous videos that I'd bought the Fox and Leo sunglass case and that I was thinking of getting a second one because I loved it so much, and that's arrived now, and I bought it in the green ostrich leather, and this one's got my sunglasses and I've got one for my reading glasses as well, so love that. I don't know if you saw my hot cross buns. I did my berry cobbler. I actually made a nut slice as well. I did my custard, I did my biscuits, and they all turned out perfectly. My hot cross buns were a disaster. I don't know where I went wrong. The dough didn't seem to rise properly, and I left them for well over an hour covered with a towel. They expanded a little bit, but they were meant to double in size, but they didn't. So I don't know if I got the yeast wrong. They also were as hard as rock. So I don't know if I over mixed them. I don't know. Just so you know, that multi-tool, I will never use that again to make dough. I would rather spend my money and get a stand mixer. So I'm still considering that, because it made an absolute mess. Like, it was horrendous. It took me ages to clean the machine. Potentially I could have just kneaded it by hand, but I don't know where I went wrong. So even though it is Easter Sunday, I will not be having hot cross buns today. To be fair, I've not had a hot cross bun in about 5 years. I don't buy store-bought hot cross buns because they're so high in sugar, and the gluten-free ones taste awful. They're even higher in sugar, so I just don't even bother. I had intended on going to the Wavell Farmers Market today to get my fruit and veg, but I'm actually going to be away for work for the majority of next week. So there was really no point in going, even though there's quite a bit that goes on there Easter Sunday, but it's mostly for the little ones. But anyway, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the day, because I don't have to go anywhere until tonight. I'm going to have dinner with Mum, Dad and Damien, because it is Damien's Easter, because he's Catholic. So we're having a bit of a barbecue. But I've got the rest of the day just to hang around home. So I'm going to spend that doing editing. That's basically it. TV on. It's raining outside, so it's probably a good day to be indoors. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I will see you again tomorrow morning. Hello, so I am back from the beach now. It was nice to be down there first thing in the morning. It was already light out at 6:30. The weather is absolutely beautiful today. So it was a good place to be down at the beach, and I always feel so grounded whenever I'm in close proximity to the ocean. It's just so therapeutic. I then went to the cafe, did some reading, journaling. I started Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. So far, it's not too bad. And I think that I will take that to read on the plane on my way to Sydney tomorrow for work. So I'm just going to spend the rest of the day editing, and also I need to pack for Sydney. So I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon straight after work and spending a few days there. I'm not looking forward to going. I no longer like traveling for work. It's just you're with your work colleagues from about 8:30 in the morning until 8:30 at night. It makes the days very long. I don't like presenting, especially the way they do it. It's kind of off the cuff, and they throw to you and you just have to be prepared. So anyway, it is what it is. You know, you got to pay the bills. So these are things that I've got to do. I hope that you have had a nice, relaxing and safe Easter long weekend. Drop me a comment and let me know what it is you got up to. As you saw, most of my weekend was full of things that I enjoy doing, visiting some bookstores, doing some baking, some beach walks, Pilates, just things that really fill my cup and make me feel so much more relaxed. I wish I had more time to do those things, and I am trying to make more time for the sorts of activities that force me to slow down. And I think moving forward, for my own mental health and well-being, I'm definitely going to factor in more time for those things. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up, as it does help to push my videos out to more amazing people like yourselves. Also, please drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, that's it from me for today. Until the next one, I hope you all have a fabulous day. Bye.